What is up, my friends? Episode 2, Servant. Let's get right into it. But before we do, I want to go ahead and ask you to subscribe to the channel. On the road to 18,000 subscribers, let's get to it. But let's talk about episode 2 and what it could mean. So this episode, I think, was very much so focused on Roscoe and, of course, Julian's fate as well. And by faith, I mean like his belief. We come to sort of find out that Julian doesn't really believe in much of anything, and even have him questioning what is going on by the end of the episode. And it's sort of like a like fight he has with himself about if he has faith in anything but like what he thinks reality is. So this episode pretty much deals with Roscoe coming back. As you know, he was missing after the baptism. Now he suddenly appears again. He has no idea, however, that it's been 4 days since he's been missing, and now they're trying to get like the truth out of him, both Sean and Julian, as we see Dorothy go out to work. And so Roscoe's not able to really comprehend what exactly is going on. He's trying his hardest, but he can't remember. They find a recording on his phone which has him crying, and they can hear Leanne as well. Sean is like, we have to put him under hypnosis to sort of unlock these memories that have probably been repressed by the mind. Julian, as I said, is kind of hesitant about this because he's not really sure to believe in all of this stuff, but they're like, okay, we'll get Natalie on it. And so we see Natalie put Roscoe under hypnosis, and then he sort of starts to remember being tied up, hearing the members be on their knees, seeing them on their knees bleeding, and then a figure with a hook for a hand that they're worshiping. Sean's like, what about the baby? Where's the baby? And then Roscoe's like, the baby's crying, and then the thing takes his eyes out and throws it, and that's all we get from it. So pretty morbid description, Roscoe, about what's going on. Roscoe is like woken up after this because Natalie's like, that is too much, we have to stop this and realize what is going on. And so they do that, and then we see Dorothy on the news talking about Leanne at the end of the segment, and she's like, we want you to come home. You're a teenager who has run away, and we need everybody's help trying to find you. Now, I thought this was where the episode was going to end because I was like, Dorothy, what did you do? But no, it actually continues on, and we get a unknown call coming in to Sean. When he answers it, it's Leanne, and she's like, why did she do that, basically? And have you told her what she did? And that's how the episode ends right there. So I think what we can pretty much get from this episode is that the cult or Leanne are pretty much still invested on what is going on with the Turners, and they're watching because they had to have been watching that segment, or maybe just Leanne herself. And also, what the hell is that figure with the hook for a hand? Now, I'm not sure if it's maybe some sort of person without a limb, or it could also be maybe a demonic, satanic figure as well that the cult is worshipping, and that they're trying to give the baby as an offering. I am wondering, though, why the baby would be given as an offering as well. And so this ties back to my theory, is that Leanne was trying to get away from the cult because of maybe their intentions with her baby, that maybe this could be her baby or maybe a sibling. I don't think it's Jericho, of course, but I do believe that's why she was trying to get away from the cult in the first place. Now, could this have been just a vision that Roscoe received? I can't talk today, I'm sorry. Or is this something that he actually witnessed? I'm going more with this is a vision that he got during his time with the cult, or something that was sort of described to him but maybe didn't really happen, because I do believe the baby is still alive, and very much so will be in the next few episodes. Now, I think that Leanne is sort of at a crossroads where she wants to sort of come back to the Turners, but she can't find her like self to be there, knowing what Dorothy did with the baby and everything that happened. So I think that she wants her to come to some sort of atonement for all of that. Of course, Sean, he ain't gonna do that because we don't know what can happen with Dorothy now that she's been living with this lie, and it's been building, and it's just this big thing of a lie that I think if you try to drop it, you will just like totally destroy her. So I think Sean's going to be sort of in between those roads right there. I do believe that we will have Sean interact with Leanne before anybody else, and I think it's going to be some sort of like secret arrangement or something, and they're going to try and figure out how to best handle the situation, because I do think that the cult isn't for Leanne, and we can see that from the previous episodes how she's sort of hesitant to even be near them or anything like that. So I think she is trying to find an escape, but her own like I would say thoughts and sort of like beliefs are holding her back from it, because she doesn't like trust Dorothy, I would say, that much to sort of go back and give the baby to her. But we were just going to see how that all goes about. What are your thoughts on the latest episode? As I said, I thought it was very good the way it was interlaced as well, with Julian battling this sort of like not knowing where to sort of be in his beliefs, as well as having Roscoe come and sort of have his mind unlocked, as well as to this sort of supernatural event that's going on. And you can see it's moving Julian, but by the end of it, he decides to sort of block it all and be like, nah, that's not real. It can't be. This is all fabricated. Maybe he's having a hallucination. It can't actually be real, right? So I thought that was very good, the way the episode laid all of that out. Now, the cult itself, we did get a video showing the cult and sort of a practice that they were doing, and I thought that was very sort of like an eye-opener for everybody to see that this doesn't seem right at all. And we're going to see definitely what happened, I think, during that time that Dorothy went to go report on the cult, and when they were having this sort of standoff with the police and everything. I think there is more to that story than we're being led on, and I think we're going to see that day progress as well. I think that would make a very interesting episode to just be centered around that day and see where everything like led from there. There's also the video where Leanne is a little girl and she's getting interviewed by Dorothy that I don't think has been talked about as much, and I think it's going to come back at a point during this season. So it's a lot to uncover, but I think this episode is very much so going in the right direction for everything. But anyways, as always, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts, your theories on what's going on. I can't come to a conclusive theory yet. Maybe in the next episode we'll get a little bit more information, and then I'll be able to do that. But I will be bringing out that theory for you on how I think everything's going to get resolved. I will also be making a theory video on WandaVision. I just caught up the last episode. Go check out my ending explained on that. Tomorrow we got the Kong trailer, so make sure you're subscribed to that so you know when that video drops. And you gotta turn on that bell for notifications. That way you know when videos are dropping. We talk all the stuff you love about pop culture. As always, that's gonna do it for me. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you turn on that bell. And as always, that's gonna do it for me. Stay safe, stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, check out the video on the left. Make sure you're subscribed. And don't forget to turn on that bell. As always, stay positive.